What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a close look at the Salina SA4000 HA, and this is a new spinning reel for Okuma in 2023. Now this is essentially the beefed up version of the Cedros, but what we want to do is take a sneak peek, look at it, see if this max drag is truly 33 pounds, because wow, that's an awesome number. And I just want to look at overall the small things and then exercise this reel throughout the year just to come back and let you know if I really think it's worth the money. And I think there's great value in this particular reel, but until we test it, we won't truly know. But stay tuned. We're going to spool this baby up with some beautiful Spro line. We got some braid here, 14-pound test. I'm going to equip it with that. This is going to be an awesome reel for them snapper, redfish, you name it. It's going to be a very versatile tool in our arsenal. So let's go. The Salina, straight out of the box. Oh yes, would you look at that? We gotta take this off. I know a lot of people, they accidentally leave this little plastic washer on there, but you want to make sure you're pulling that off when you're tightening down your handle there. Just tighten that baby down. It's got a very nice color. It's got that blue black flake to it, gold. It's very sexy. Out of the box, very first thing I noticed is she's a pretty heavy reel. I mean, and don't get me wrong, you don't want a reel that feels cheap, especially if you're out there really trying to torque up some bottom fish. You want something that's going to be able to last. And again, like I stated already, this is the pretty much beefy version and the dressed up version of the Cedros. This has a lot of those internal components very similar to the Cedros, and that reel has been a workhorse for the last year and a half. No denying that. This one though has a sex appeal. At that beautiful sparkly blue and that gold, they really catch the eye. It's got a really heavy, high quality knob, power knob, and this thing probably weighs 2 ounces in itself. Now this reel comes in at a little over 14 ounces, so again, very, very solid. Now as I reel, I feel that it's a very smooth reel. This oscillates up and down without any troubles, any hiccups, very smooth. Obviously that's right out of the box. We're gonna have to break in those gears a little bit and see how she feels in 6 months, even a year, especially when it starts to get towards or exposed to those elements in that salt water. But overall guys, I'm really pleased with it. I'm gonna spool it up with some Spro 14-pound braid and put a lot of backing on it. So let's go do that, and then we're gonna test some of this drag. 33 pounds of drag is impressive, but I wanna see with our test what the drag is showing. So if that interests you and you're looking for a reel in that mid 200 range, you're gonna wanna maybe include this in the conversation for your next purchase. Let's take a closer look and see how she holds up to our little mini test here. So if you want to know how to tie the uni knot, guys, this is a great knot for conjoining braid to monofilament or fluorocarbon, and it just doesn't fail. It is one of my go-to knots without a doubt. Grab my little handy dandy Gamakatsu pliers, or I'm sorry, scissors. These little mini scissors have been pretty good. Got these some time ago. And the good news is you could trim this very, very close to that knot and it's not gonna fail, guys. So one thing that you will tell right off the bat is it's got the reel has a very premium feel to it. It's very solid. If I had to compare it to, no, Duke, no boy, no sir. Duke, no sir. Duke, no. All spooled up. Hey, we got this brand new Spro finesse braid on here, and man, this outfit is smooth. So I also have it paired with a SRT Inshore Premier rod. As you already know, I'm a big fan of it. Super sensitive. It's got a great blank, and I've yet to break one. I don't know how that's possible, or my clients, somebody, Chris, y'all know, you guys know how Chris is. If that guy can't break it, you might not be able to break it. But overall, the castability right now with that 14-pound braid, and this setup is really good. I got a new Berkeley bait on here that they sent me, and it's not that heavy, and she's really getting out there. So whew, them hooks are razor sharp. But I'm just obviously this is probably not what I'll use this for. If I'm going to get this reel, it's most likely going to be for a live bait or a bottom style fishing, you know, because it has that 33 pounds of drag. It is heavy. It's not something you're going to probably want to throw a bunch of artificial with. But that's me. Maybe you like using a larger, a heavier reel to throw artificial. I don't know. But there's no right or wrong way, guys. I'm just telling you how I would use it. And I would personally use this for snapper fishing, smaller grouper, redfish and snook on the trees, even trout, live baiting for trout. I mean, it might be a little overkill for that, but you could definitely use it, and it's going to work very efficiently. So one of the things that Okuma and Dave in general, they've been listening to us fishermen and getting some of the feedback, and one of those things that we asked for was a sealed reel. Because like I stated before, salt water and these elements are corrosive, and they really do damage over time. But a lot of us, you know, we wade fish, we do a lot of different types of fishing, we surf fish, and that seal will allow you to fish in those elements and allow you to have a reel that's going to last a lot longer. But overall, guys, I'm super impressed with the reel right out of the box. Now, I'm never going to put my stamp of approval on anything until I really use it. One of those reels is the Cedros. Listen, if you get one of them, you take care of it, you're not going to have any problems out of that reel for many, many, many years. And of course, there's always going to be that guy that, oh, this is junk, that is junk. What I've found, and I take a lot of people fishing, it's typically because you're neglecting your equipment. Now, you can argue with me all you want. It's my opinion, so, you know, I see it all the time. People just don't take care of their stuff. So if you don't take care of your stuff, you can't expect it to last that long. But anyway, sealed reel, I mean, feels so good, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really excited. I'm supposed to be going offshore fishing here with Brian probably next week. Me and Chris, Brian, we're gonna film, maybe Steven, and go do some hogfish, some snapper and things like that. This particular reel will be featured in that video, so stay tuned for that. I wanted to see what type of poundage I got with my drag, and what we did was we tied 40-pound test fluorocarbon, actually soft steel, to this particular reel, as you can see here, and we overlaid that on top of the braid, wrapped it around a little bit just to see if we could do this test. It says it gets 33 pounds of drag. That's a lot in a 4,000 spinning reel, in my opinion. So let's do the test and see what we can actually get it up to. So I'm going to start it off. All right, what are we at?
That's 27. Nope, that's 24.6. 25. 26. 26.2. 20. Almost 27.
All right, so 27. All right, so on the first pull, man, it feels like a lot of pressure. I'm at 27 pounds, guys. Let's tighten her down, see what we can do.
Now, what fish is gonna pull this strong, Josh?
I mean, this, let me tell you guys, you probably don't need anything quite this tight, but for bottom fishing, this is really gonna get the fish off the bottom, out, away from that structure. And this is when you would use this particular amount of drag. So let's continue on. Here we go.
All right, you're at 25.5. 28.46. 29. It busted at 29.
So,
but that's 50-pound leader, just to let you know.
This is 50-pound leader. Chris just advised that it's not 40. I thought it was 40, but 50 pound. So with that being said, it broke at 29 pounds of pressure, according to my scale. Now, I'm sure there's a more controlled way to do this experiment, but there was nothing coming out of the reel. So the drag was not budging at 29 pounds. I think it's safe to say that the reel has 33 pounds of drag. So I'm extremely impressed with that. Can't wait to get it offshore. Let's see how it feels with under pressure hooked to the truck with the drag coming out. Because honestly, that's one thing that I really like. Like if I'm using drag when I'm fishing for bigger fish, I like for a very smooth drag. I think it matters, especially like, for example, I tested a reel for another company, I'm not going to mention it, and it was one of their prototype reels. Well, it kept catching and it was sticking and sticking and sticking, and it actually had the line break a few times because it would catch. So let's hook it up to the truck, have Stephanie just barely motor down the driveway, and we'll get an idea under load how the drag feels. All right, so what we're gonna do here, we got it hooked up to the truck, got the 50-pound leader, got this brand new Salina SRT Inshore Premier rod, Okuma. I'm gonna have her trickle down the driveway here. We're gonna test this drag. It's pretty tight, but not as tight as that last demonstration. So let's see how it sounds and feels. All right, nice and slow. A little faster.
You got a big one. You got a cove.
Oh man, she's smooth, dude.
Oh, yep.
Little faster. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, she warm. Oh, she is scorching hot. All right, come on back. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit more impressed with the reel as I've used it and as we've tested it. So that's pretty cool. And I imagine over the course of the year, it's gonna be that much better. But a couple other little things that you may wanna know that you can read right off the box. It's 6-to-1 ball bearings. So it doesn't have a whole lot of ball bearings, but it is very, very smooth. Little over 14 ounces like we already stated, so it's a little heavier of a reel. 33 pounds of drag, and it is a true 33 pounds of drag, which is that's amazing to me. Because a few years ago, guys, I mean, you know, all you had was 12-14 pounds of drag on a spinning reel. At least that's what it seems like. But especially a 4,000 size reel. Sealed, beautifully done up in my opinion, and I think Okuma's done their R&D on this particular one. I think it's going to be a good seller for them, and it's priced just right there at that $220 mark, $220, $240 depending on where you get it. I think that's pretty reasonable for a good quality rod and reel. What else was I supposed to add?
Hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe.
Oh, well, we'll do that. Good. Hey, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more on the Salina, let me know, comment below. What do you think? Think it's going to be a winner? Well, again, I'll do a follow-up video a few months, six months to a year down the line. But if you did like the video, give a thumbs up, comment below. If you haven't subscribed, do so. And hey, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Links down in the description. Till next time, I'll see you on the water.